What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Anime J back with another video for you. Today, we're going to talk about the God Eneru. We finally get to meet him after a long build-up, and boy, did he make an entrance. He introduced himself by popping up on the Straw Hats ship directly and taking out Sanji and Asapo with a deadly electric shock. The power of electricity, nothing to play with. And as you can see here, he uses it to the full extent as he so pleases. Now, speaking of powers, the power of electricity is said to be invincible in the One Piece anime, and the reason for this, it comes from the Rumble fruit, which is a Logia type devil fruit. This makes you into a lightning human. You can create, control, and transform into electricity at will. This explains why he feels he is a god. The power that he has allows him to do pretty much anything he wants with lightning. Obviously, human beings, we can't do anything against lightning, so you can see how that would invoke fear into the civilians that lived in Skypiea. Also, the large columns of power that we will see come down, that was obviously electricity. I wasn't sure if that was maybe a transporter or some type of teleport. No, that is an electrocution to your death. So at the climax of the battle between the Shandians, the Straw Hats, and the priests, Eneru makes a prediction that he feels only 5 people will survive the conflict. He then enters the conflict himself to assure this will happen. He runs into Robin, eliminates her relatively easily, and then there are really 5 people left. He offers these 5 to go with him to a new nation that he plans to create. He plans to destroy Skypiea, create some new nation, and take them with him to be his minions. 2 of the 5, Zoro and Wiper. They weren't going for that, so a fight ensues. Zoro, we know is very strong, puts up a well worth fight, but unfortunately he too is defeated by the power of electricity. Wiper puts up the best fight. He uses the Sea Prism Stone to trap Eneru. He can't use any electric powers or disappear, and then he uses the Rejectile to blast him in his chest, which causes significant damage, but then Eneru uses electricity to literally bring himself back to life, giving his heart electric pumps until it came back to normal. It was crazy. So with the adversaries eliminated, Eneru plans to go ahead with his plan when he runs into Nami, who survives. She wisely dedicates herself to Eneru, advising she is willing to go along with him as long as she can stay alive. So Eneru decides to let Nami tag along and reveals his master plan, which is to use the Maxim Arc, this very large arc which he has been building in silent, which has a secret weapon built into it. This is called Deathpia. Deathpia releases dark thunder-like clouds, which are going to cause a thunderstorm that people in Skypiea have never seen. They should fear for their lives, they should run for the hills, and as far as they know, it is the end of their world. So with everything on the brink of destruction in Skypiea, no heroes around to save us, is there anything that anyone can do? Yes, there's Luffy, the great rubbery hope. Hanging out in a snake's belly, he flew under Eneru's radar. He had no idea that he was still around, and what do you know? As rubber, he is not affected by electricity at all. Now, this doesn't mean an automatic win, as Eneru still has the power of mantra, which allows him to predict movements, and he has some tricks up his sleeves as he uses electricity to heat up this golden spear that he uses when he's fighting against Luffy. And this seems to really give Luffy some problems where he has to come up with an alternate way to try to fight him in order to gain some traction. He decides to go dumb, literally. By going dumb and not thinking, he eliminates the mantra power because it can no longer predict what he's thinking because he's not thinking at all. Genius or stupidity? I don't really know. Regardless, it keeps him alive long enough to come up with a counter plan where he decides to use the metal around him to ricochet his fists in a way that he can't even predict where they're going. This, then again, eliminates the mantra ability because he's not thinking at all, so there's nothing there to predict. Sheer genius in play. Now, once Luffy gets the advantage, he starts putting hands on Eneru. Woo! Hits him with the bazooka, then threatens to hit him with the rifle, which brings me to episode 184, which is where I am now. I'm looking forward to this rifle and to seeing you guys on the next episode.